What's going on, guys? So I'm sitting here eating some pizza for lunch and the goats are acting weird. Look at this. I'll show you guys. So the goats, the geese, everybody's kind of just standing together. It's not feeding time. Normally they'd just be out grazing and doing their own thing. They're acting very weird. Gracie's being a normal cat. But anyways, let's go check it out and see what's going on. I do notice something a little weird. You want to go outside, Ski? I don't think it's any threat of a predator. It's because the big man himself is right here. What are you doing, Mo? I woke you up, didn't I? Huh, woke you up. You got bed hair still. Look at this bed hair. You need to get up and brush your teeth, buddy. Alright, so let's go out here and just take a little look. I do see something out of normal, which is not good if you guys notice that. I'll give you guys a minute and see. I'm going to pan around a little bit and see if you guys see what I'm talking about here. Yoshi, Yone. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but if you see all that right there, all that haze, that is smoke. There's a wildfire or a fire that's out of control not far from here, and I think that's why all the animals are being weird. Everybody is being very weird. And they can smell the smoke and they can see it. Come in there with you, buddy. Oh, don't touch the camera, buddy. Here. Let's walk down the hill and check this out. Millie. Okay. The geese are super loud like always, but the goats are being weird. I think now they think it's feeding time because I walk out here. It's the weekend, it's still early. I don't usually feed them this early, but the quack pack was laying over here. What are you guys doing? Where you guys been laying your eggs? Or girls, where you girls been laying your eggs? Huh? No telling. So one thing I gotta do today is I gotta get a hay bale. This is the last hay bale I just fed, and you guys can see they've ate most of it. There is a little bit of waste here, but like I always say, this creates bedding. Now they got another place to bed down and stay warm off the cold ground. They'll still be eating off of that for a little while. I got two nosy giant birds following me around. What you know, Yoneg? What you know, girl? You're pretty. Pretty girl. Alright, let's walk down here. Hey, I was trying to get away from you guys and girls. You're too noisy. Go play. Go do something. Go do something. Alright guys, so normally this would be all clear and you would be able to see clear across this holler all the way across that other hillside over there. So somewhere down here in this valley there is a wildfire burning, and we haven't had a fire like this in probably 12 or 15 years. I don't even know, but that's not good. It's not good for the farm. Here's the deal. We live in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains, so we got a lot of rolling hills. Well, you can see the property that we have, this right here, that we fenced off. You can see, this camera don't do justice, but this is a very, very steep incline. I cannot get the tractor up and down this. The only thing I can get up and down it is the Ranger, and that's if I drive straight up and down. So what we did, if you guys are new to the channel, it's right when we first started YouTube. We've been doing YouTube for 4 years now in January. And one of the very first videos I posted was me using a pneumatic post driver. I needed to put up a fence around this. This is about 2 acres down here that we own. There's a little bit more, but some of it we couldn't even put a fence around. It's just so extremely steep and like straight drop off. Anyways, we own this property. We wanted it to stay clear of underbrush and trees and stuff like that. Well, it's impossible to mow, just like I said. We can't get a tractor in here to brush hog it. You know, getting down here and cutting trees and stuff with the chainsaw is manageable, but it's not fun and it's very dangerous doing it on this extreme incline. So I got the idea that I was gonna fence off this 2 acres as much as I could and let the goats go to work. Let them do their job, because that's what they do. So it's a win-win. It's a win for us and a win for the goats, because what does goats love eating? They are browsers. They love eating all this brush and the weeds, the blackberries, the thorn bushes, all that type of stuff. So they absolutely love this area because that's where a lot of stuff has grown. Now that they've been in there for 4 years or so, you can see they've got it eaten down to where it's pretty much just grass. Now over there, if you guys see that, oh, it's kind of like maybe a dark orange or yellow. That is sage grass, and it's very, very flammable. There's some right there. The goats don't eat a lot of it, but you see they got it kind of eaten down, low to the ground. That's not a worry. And I've got 2 Indians sitting here pecking my boots. What y'all doing? You all are nosy. I'm trying to tell a story here. Go play. Go do something. You guys are nosy. So anyways, the goats have been doing awesome of keeping this all eaten down. This is not too much of a concern of a fire up here, but over there on that side, that could burn, which it's not going to go anywhere on our property. Our house is up there. We can manage that. We got water hoses and stuff if a fire does come. But the problem about living in the foothills where we live is our property line, our goats only go so far, and then everywhere around our property is forest. So you got trees. Look at this. This is all underbrush and stuff that hasn't been burned in like 15 years. So that is an extreme fire hazard, and once that gets going, it's hard to put out. The forestry department has to come in with the dozer, and fire departments have to come in. And we actually had that happen right here before we cleared all this. Like I said, about 15 years ago, we had a wildfire come. You know, it came from acres and acres and just kept burning, and they couldn't get equipment in and all that to extinguish it. And it actually got up here right next to our house. All this was woods and just like dead logs and stuff like that. Well, anyways, there was a big brush pile here, and it caught on fire, and it just burned and burned and burned. Every time the fire department would come up here, extinguish our yard and our grass and everything. It was in November, and we were in a drought about like we are now. They'd leave, and an hour later, embers would go up in the sky and they'd land somewhere else, and then another fire would start. So we didn't get sleep for like 2 nights because we were on fire watch 24/7. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. You guys can see all the smoke and stuff. Here in a little bit, I might put the drone up. I'm going to drive down the road and just see if I can put a visual on where this fire is. If you're struggling to find a quality kitchen knife, look no further. This knife from Husk is the quality you need. In Husk knives, you can always depend on sharpness. Made from high quality Japanese stainless steel, this knife features a hygienic rustic style handle and a 38-degree blade edge that ensures extreme sharpness. And don't forget the ergonomic design. The curved blade with a grip hole enables better precision and handling to make chopping and cutting actions easy. Safe and durable. Especially sharp blade, make sure that the knife won't slip from applying unnecessary force and won't hurt your hands. It is light, durable, and sturdy. You just can't beat Husk knives. They're durable, they're easy to clean, and they stay razor sharp. So if you guys are looking to add a quality knife that will stay sharp into your kitchen knife collection, look no further than Husk knives. I'll leave a link in the description below. The way this valley is, the fire could be a mile that way, it could be a mile up that way. All this is pretty much forest. So I think the wind is going to be out of the south today. That's straight south, so it's going to be pushing this way if it's over here. Hopefully somebody can get it put out in time, but it is a worry. You know, we got goats, we got hay, we got barns, we got firewood, all that type of stuff. So we don't want any of that to burn. You know, there's not a lot of grass or nothing to eat right now for the livestock, so we're feeding them hay. So that's not really the concern. It's just we don't want the fire to take out our wood posts. We got wood fence posts, we got wood structures, stuff like that. So that's the things you gotta look for. Where you go, Smeagol? You coming out here? You gonna be you want to be the fireman today instead of the police? Yoneg's watching you. You better go. I don't know what he's doing. So anyways, that's what we are dealing with today. Just a little bit of excitement on the farm. Luckily it's the weekend and I can be home and keep an eye on this. You guys can see how dry this is. This is a good amount of grass. That's a good 3 or 4 inches of Bermuda grass. It's dormant. If you threw a match down right there, it would just ignite and take off. like crazy right now because we are still in a drought here in northeast Oklahoma. It's a little bit better than it was a few months ago, but it's still a drought. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I gotta go get a hay bale here in a little bit. I'll probably feed a little bit early so I can distract the animals. You know how that goes when I'm trying to feed. I am by myself again today. So I'll have to feed the animals and sneak a hay bale in for them. Look at this goat's silly face. Look at that. They see that smoke and it's really bothering them. See how they're looking? They're like, what is that? We don't ever see smoke like that. And I'll pan around and show you guys where they're looking. They're looking at all that. That's not normal. You can smell it. I know you guys can't, but that's what it is. Goats are pretty smart and they're very aware. Anytime there's a coyote or anything out in the woods on the other side of the fence, they'll start being weird and they'll all start grouping together. And if Mojo's out here, they'll go straight to him and kind of circle around Mojo, and he'll just kind of lay down in the middle of them, kind of camouflage. And they know that coyote's out there, and if it gets too close, Mojo will get up and start barking and trying to run whatever it is off. So they're pretty smart. So they know something's not right. And when there's smoke like that, you can definitely smell it. And they got good noses. They can smell things. And here is a little, I don't know, it's not a tip, but something that I learned over the years is goats love licorice. If you come out here with black licorice in your pocket, they can smell it and they want it. I don't know why, but they love licorice. I don't know if it's just the sweet flavor of it. I like black licorice. A lot of people hate black licorice, but I actually like it. Goats love it. They like animal crackers. That's one of their favorite treats. Any kind of cracker pretty much they like to eat. Well, you know, Ghost, you a good girl? You gonna bite my finger? I see you got your winter coat on. You're all fluffed out. You look nice and cozy. So you guys can kind of see her undercoat is kind of fluffed out now. That is one of the ways that goats adjust and acclimate to the colder winter temperatures. They get their undercoat kind of fluffed out, and it's like putting on a winter coat. What do you do when it gets cold, Yoni? She said, oh, I just kind of lay around. Hey, what are you doing, girl? I'm your friend, remember? That hurt. So they got yolk on their neck, so I think they're getting into the nesting boxes. Let's go take a look. They're starting to get a little too much in my personal space, so let's walk off a little bit. It is a pretty day. It started out this morning. It's about noontime right now. It started out 20 degrees. Woke up, there was frost on everything as soon as I could see daylight, which is, you know, that's pretty typical right now. But the fire is what's got me worried. So let's walk into the chicken coop and see if there's any eggs, because you guys know what's going on with all the egg prices right now. We've been trying to save some up for ourselves and for our friends and family. Oh, what in the world? That was a pigeon. I've never seen a pigeon around here. Why? Why is there a pigeon in here? Now the Emmys are acting goofy because the pigeon flew out. What in the world is going on? Look, that pigeon is right there. Oh, there went another one. What in the world is going on here? Okay, that's scary. Look, the Emmys don't like them. They're going crazy. Why would there be pigeons here? I have never seen a pigeon here. They're long gone now. That's not the pigeon! Yonik, that's a chicken. That's not the pigeon. You can see her chasing. What are you doing? Leave the chickens alone. Alright, let's see. Maybe there's more in here. I don't know. That was very odd. You guys see any in there? What is she doing? Look at this. What are you doing, girl? They're just pigeons. They're not gonna hurt nothing. They're just pigeons. Why'd you let them in the coop if you didn't want them in there? Huh? You don't chase the chickens when the pigeon comes. You chase the pigeons if you don't want them. The chickens are your friends. You understand? Hey, I'm trying to talk some sense into you. Yoshi, help me talk to your wife. She don't understand very good. Come on. I need backup. Come on, let's go see. Come on, see if there's any more in here. What the heck they're doing? Oh, there's one chicken. And I do not see any eggs. That's not a good sign. That's telling me that... Oh, here's one little banny egg. One for today. It's still early. Sometimes the girls don't wait until the afternoon. But the pigeons can get up here in the rafters of the barn. Oh, there's a Polish chicken in there. Let's see. What's going on, girl? You just want to stay to yourself today? I can't see your eyes. Alright. Well, the girls have been laying. They just, every day, they decide to lay in a new nesting box, as you can see. But we'll take these eggs. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. There you go. And some more banny eggs. Banny eggs, guys, eat just as good as a standard sized chicken egg. I know a lot of people will leave comments, and people we know here personally will say, why do you raise bannies? Their eggs are so small, it takes so many. But they are still good. It might take 2 of these to equal the same size as a standard size egg. You can see the size difference here. But the bannies, in our experience, are very hardy. They're very flighty. They will actually fight back if a hawk tries to attack them. They have a way better chance of getting away from a predator than the big fat chickens do, if you get my drift. So let's talk about this real quick. Egg prices. What in the world is going on? I keep hearing all this stuff on social media. Excuse me. I don't try to feed into all the conspiracy stuff and all that. You know, I do have an open mind, but what is going on with the egg prices? The same things went on with the pork, the beef, everything else, the chickens. Now it's the eggs. And from what I'm seeing on social media is the bird flu, I think it is, has wiped out a bunch of like hatcheries, chicken houses in Iowa, up north some. So now eggs are in high demand and there's not enough to go around. So the prices of like a dozen eggs at our local Walmart, I think was like $8.70 or $8.70 or something like that. That's expensive for a dozen eggs. That is very expensive. Feed is very high right now. I do know that. Fuel's up and all that too. So it all kind of goes together. But doubling the price of a dozen eggs, you know, within a month or two seems pretty crazy. We have not bought eggs at the store in, I don't know, probably 15 years or so since we've started homesteading and farming and raising our own animals, and we haven't had to buy any. Now, sometimes the girls go on strike and don't lay, but we usually have enough in our refrigerator that will get us through for a while. But anyways, I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you guys go buy eggs, if you don't have chickens or neighbors or friendly farmers or whatever around you when you have to go buy your own eggs, leave a comment down below. How much are you paying for a dozen or a 18 pack of eggs? I just went to the Walmart around here a couple days ago, and I think it was $8.70 just for your regular standard size white eggs for a dozen of them. So I can't remember how much that comes out to a piece, like 44 cents or something crazy. I don't even know, but that sounds very extreme. I'm gonna have to put the math to it on our feed ratio, our feed bill, to how many eggs we're getting a week or something like that, and figure that out. It doesn't matter even if it's more expensive. We don't have all the antibiotics and the meds going into our chickens. Our chickens are pretty much free range, eat all the bugs and stuff they want. I got somebody messing with me. You are pestering me like crazy today. But anyways, I want to hear from you guys. Where do you live and how much is a dozen eggs where you live? And stay tuned. I will update you guys if anything happens with this fire. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it gets extinguished and nobody has any damage. But if in the next video, if anything comes of it, I will surely video it and let you guys know. So remember, leave a comment on this video down below. Let me know how much is a dozen eggs in your area, where you're from. Have a blessed day, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. All right, buddy. Talk all you want, girl. You want to talk? Yeah, we're done videoing now. I don't know why you guys got this shit out.